It is the new dating show that has had us all hooked. My Mum, Your Dad follows a group of single parents as they attempt to find love while staying in a country house.
But, unbeknownst to them, their grown-up children are watching their every move. It's perfect, even. It really is perfect. And Tolullah's entrance was no exception. Have a look at this.
I'm excited for you to find love. It is time. I think it's time. I think these are the best years. I feel my best self.
I'm Janie.
Hi, nice to meet you.
Lovely to meet you.
What's your name? Tolullah.
Lula.
Oh my God, that's such a nice name.
So I'm quite young energy, I think, but in a good way. Mature-wise, but young. Does that make sense?
Around the table,
The question.
if you were walking in, who would you look at and go, OK?
It's a hard question to shoot us straight away.
I think I need a bit more time.
Good answer.
What the hell? We can see everything.
Yeah.
I have so much power. Yeah.
It is a roller coaster.
I think that's why we're here, right?
It is just so good. If you haven't watched it yet, go and catch up on everything because it is so good. Today we are joined by some of the stars of the show, Paul and his daughter Mazey, and Tolullah and her daughter Georgia. And welcome. I'm so giddy, Nicholas, about having you here in the studio because I'm so focused on you all every single night at the moment. A big decision to get involved in something like this, because I think it was January that ITV put out the casting call for grown-up children to nominate their parents for this dating show. I mean, so let's begin with you, Georgia, first of all. Why did you go, yes, I'd like to nominate my mum?
Well, I was a bit scared she would say no, because she was like, what the heck?
Yeah.
But I just feel like she's such a good catch. Like, I always say she's, like, the luckiest, unlucky person in love, because she meets good people, but, like, circumstances and things like that just mean that it's not quite worked out.
Hasn't quite got there.
Yeah, and I was like, she's beautiful as well, so this is the perfect
You said, I'm going to fix this situation by putting her on television.
She needs to just listen to me, basically. Little did I know.
Solution. How about you, Georgia? Why did you choose Dad?
I just thought, you know, Dad's love life, it just wasn't working, the way he was dating. And I know it's harder for, like, adults. So I was like, this is the perfect way, you know? It's, like, a thing that no one's going to really experience. And it's also, it means that people can meet and get to know each other on, like, deeper values rather than, like, online dating and things. It's hard because you're getting to know people on, like, where they live, their age and what they look like.
Well, it definitely cuts out some of that, doesn't it? Because you know that anyone that's agreed to take part of this show is invested already. They're genuinely looking for love. So, Paul, when Mazey came to you and said, I've put you, Paul, I've nominated you for this, how did you feel about it?
I just thought, perfect. Nothing ventured, nothing gained. I was like, let's see where this goes.
Good attitude.
I was really excited,
Nervous at the same time.
At what stage, Tolullah, do your kids start to know better than you? Because that's what's happened here.
I don't know.
You know, one minute you're telling them how to live their life and then it flips.
I don't know what happened, but one day she became the oracle. I go to her for everything, literally, dating included. So, yeah.
So actually not such a big thing when you eventually discovered that, you know, your daughter's been watching every move and pulling all the strings because you go to her for advice anyway.
Well, there's only so much. Filtered. I mean, she doesn't actually have to see me doing anything with anyone. She doesn't have to see my poor game. Or good game, I don't know.
No, it is good. Well, it is good game. And I think we've got some evidence of your good game.
Here we go.
Because this is tonight's episode. We've got a little sneak preview and this is a date you go on. We'll talk about the date afterwards, but you've just good flirting.
Thanks.
Good game.
Elaine, when there's a natural moment, can you spice it up?
Oh, look at this.
Oh, my gosh.
Just be like, have you started feeding each other yet then?
I love the fondue. It's absolutely great to kind of feed each other with. It's a bit romantic.
Elaine! Let's try the granary.
Enjoy.
The toy.
I've had fondue before.
It worked.
Well done, Elaine.
Oh, my God, that was so
Surely
funny.
you should feel more awkward about watching that.
Literally, like, half of me is like, why am I rooting for my mum to be fed or food or be feeding food? But then the other half is like, go on, mum.
Yeah.
Go, mum.
Yeah. Do you know what I like about that? The fact that you're on a date with Martin H. Because I like Martin M, don't get me wrong. But I do feel like Martin M is having his cake and eating it. Currently, where we're up to, I feel like he's practically feeding you and Monique the exact same lines, which is slightly winding me up when I'm watching it. Anyway, we don't know what's about to unfold.
Are you
I don't want to ruin it.
Georgia, you're more nature and M when it comes to the Martins?
I kind of always saw a little bit of a spark with Martin H from their speed date. But I also get the Martin M thing. Like, he literally looks exactly like her ex-boyfriend.
Yes. What slightly that took your attention straight away?
I totally just thought, oh my God, what show am I on? I literally thought it was my ex, and I was mortified.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, but also, like, that's my type.
I know.
Sorry.
Yeah.
That's one of my types.
You know what's lovely about it? Like, you're grown-ups, but there's a lovely innocence to it all.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
It's just so funny, but the funniest stuff is the reaction of the kids. Now, Paul...
So refreshing.
You had a snog.
At the school disco.
Oh, my word.
And dressed in school uniform.
I know. I
It
love
was
you,
hilarious. It
Natalie.
was, honestly,
It's
it was
all
so
about
good.
the reaction here. Have a look at this.
It was that was such a good night. It was such
What it looks like.
Yeah, we can see.
We know. I was watching this, and it's not even my parents, and I actually had to. My husband went, "Why are you looking away?" It's not your mother.
Really?
I'm so. But I really, it's so weird. You suddenly feel like you shouldn't be watching it. But what's so nice is that it's exactly what Davina wanted, which goes to no matter what age, whatever stage you are at life, like those same rules apply, don't they? Like that giddiness of that first kiss.
Absolutely.
It was so cringe, but it was cute.
It was so cute.
And I'm glad I had a cushion. Thank you.
I think your reaction it surprised me so much. It was so funny.
And it was the first proper kiss, like, we were all waiting for it.
It was.
So it was like the biggest deal.
And it was a long time overdue because I thought it was going to come the day before as well. But
You were waiting for that.
I was waiting.
Perfect moment.
The chat in the office has been how long before all the kids start getting together.
I keep on seeing everything.
Was there any of that?
Oh, 100%.
God, you got to be quicker at that tonight straight away. Oh, that's the ITV2 show right there.
Tolullah and Paul, you get to speak now. You can tell us, has there been a little behind the scenes?
I think we all know.
They all get on very well.
They
all get on very
They're
well.
like a team.
Yeah.
They keep it like that.
Close-knit team.
Yeah, they keep it like that.
Very diplomatic. So just sort of finally to end this now, really, it was a leap of faith going into a show like this. I know, first of all, you were quite nervous, and then obviously it looks like you found something very special. I'm not going to ask you where that ends up, but do you feel now that you're in a better place than you were before you went into this experience?
Absolutely. The whole process has taught me so much about myself. I've met some amazingly beautiful people, from the cast to the people in there, and it's just been such a great experience for me. That it's the best experience I've ever.
Oh, good.
And you've experienced it with your kids.
Yeah,
Which makes it's one of those lovely little life things, right? That you'd never really think you'd get to do, right?
That's one of the reasons I wanted to do it. Because I thought I'm going to do something really amazing, once-in-a-lifetime thing with her.
Yeah.
So, yeah, she's involved enough in my dating life.
I mean, you could have gone to Ibiza together or something like that. I mean, it's a rather extreme...
Well, maybe they did, if it works out with old Martin M. We don't know. It's lovely to see you. I'm going to be watching tonight. It's on My Mum, Your Dad, 9 p.m. weekdays, so it's on for the rest of this week. So I've only got you for a little bit longer. It's been lovely. Thank you.
Thank you for going on telly and entertaining us. We absolutely love it. It's brilliant stuff.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thanks for having us. Thank you.
You've got to watch that show. Absolutely watch it tonight. Right.